Arike Ogunbowale says they want commas and zeros and multiple millionaires. We got to talk about it. Doing the Beat Chef. Welcome to Watch the Damn Tape. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notified when I drop my next video. New subscribers, I appreciate you for joining. Hope you enjoy the show. Old subscribers, I appreciate you for rocking with me. Help me build this platform. Let's get into what Arike said. Arike Ogunbowale, just in my opinion, did not do her bargaining team any favors by going in depth about the contract negotiations. This is what she said. Ogunbowale did not hesitate. Zero, she said. That's the main goal. The talent is there. The product is there. Now we need to be compensated for it. Ogunbowale signed a 3-year, $725,952 contract with the Wings in 22, with the full amount guaranteed. The deal carries an average annual salary of $241,984, and she is set to earn that figure again in 2025, the final year of her deal. Despite rankings among the highest players in the league, Ogunbowale believes WNBA salary still falls short of what athletes deserve, especially as the league gains traction with fans and media partners. Viewership is rising. Arenas are drawing larger crowds, and corporate sponsorships are expanding. Her comments reflect a growing sentiment among players that the current economic model, even with gains from the 2020 collective bargaining agreement, is outdated. That deal raised the salary cap, introduced full maternity benefits, and improved league travel conditions, but many players say these steps aren't enough to keep pace with the league's momentum. She said a lot. She said a lot. And even beyond what she said about the cap, I'm going to put a link to the video, to the full video so you can watch. It's only like 6 minutes. But she killed her own argument while stating that she needed the money. And that's the reason why I say she did her bargaining unit. She didn't give them any favors. She didn't do them any favors. I know she's a player rep for the Wings. Their bargaining committee needs to put out a statement to the players. Stop talking about the contracts. Take the high road. Do like Cameron Brink did. Cameron Brink was trying to get baited. She was on a podcast by SoFi. She was on a podcast. I did a short on it, and the reporter asked her a question about the salaries and the disparity in the salaries, and Cameron Brink did such a smooth pivot on the lady that it caught the lady off guard. And she basically said, hey, I don't take my salary for granted. I'm appreciative of my salary. My grandmother worked 3 jobs as a single mother, so I know what hard work is, and I appreciate the salary. I don't take it for granted. Even though we all know Cameron Brink's got mega deals, mega endorsement deals, and has model looks. We know she doesn't really need the WNBA money, but like she said, she's appreciative of it. That goes a lot further than what the players are doing in the league when it comes to speaking on the contract about what they deserve. They use the word deserve, and they use the word I. I feel, I deserve, and it turns fans off. But we're gonna go into what she said, because she said some interesting stuff. In that little brief clip, you'll see she says that she's had a different coach every year. She's been in the league since 2019. This will be her 5th coach this year. She said the product is there. She's been in the league since 2019. She's made the playoffs 3 times. She's missed the playoffs 3 times. Let me show you the Dallas Wings play at the College Park Center in Arlington, Texas. The stadium seats 7,000. Let's take a look at the grand scheme. She said the attendance is there. She said the viewers are there, the attendance is there. Now we all know the Indiana Fever played the Brazilian team last weekend, and that game drew 1.3 million viewers on ESPN. That Friday before that Fever game, the Brazilian team played Angel Reese in LSU. That game drew 300,000 viewers. The Indiana Fever game was sold out. Max crowd. 15,000 at a college stadium. Angel Reese played at LSU's campus in the PMAC. Stadium holds over 12,000 people. Angel Reese barely got 6,000. So Arike got to it's imperative for her and the other players to understand, the more you talk, the more ammo you give your league. But let's take a look at those attendance numbers. Now, as you can see, the Indiana Fever averaged 17,000. The Liberty averaged 12,000. Aces, 11. Storm, 11. Sparks, 11. Mercury, 10. Now look at the bottom feeders. Connecticut. Dallas Wings way down here at 5,900. Remember, the stadium that they play in only holds 7. This is the high for the season last year. Do you know who played against these teams in their highs? Do you know who played the New York Liberty when they got 17,000? When the Aces got 20? When the Seattle Storm got 18? When the Lynx got 19? The Connecticut Sun, the Washington Mystics 20? There's one person that made that happen. Caitlin Clark. That's it. No other player brings in that type of viewership, that type of fans filling seats. Nobody. Now, as we can see right here, this is the Indiana Fever versus the Dallas Wings. This is the only game out of the 22 games that the Wings have at home that'll be played at the American Airlines Center where the Dallas Mavericks play. Look at the seat prices in all the sections. $1,400 courtside. Let's zoom in. Let's get real. Look at that. $1,000, $1,400. Do you see any cheap seats in that bad boy? That's the draw of Caitlin Clark. Even the nosebleed is pushing you $2. The nosebleed is pushing you $200. $300, $383. Look at that. That's what a draw does. Arike, you got to understand this. Now we'll take a look at the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever for a game on July 27th at the United Center in Chicago. This section, these sections right here, the 100 sections, the seats are going for $4,000. $4,000 a pop. And if you can look and see, there's a lot of them taken. A lot of them taken. A ton taken. Section 102, $4,000. You see section 101, B row, $4,000. The next time somebody tells you that there is a bunch of elite players in the league, tell them to name the people that people are going to go see. And then refer them to this video, and especially if they mention Angel Reese's name. Tell them Angel Reese is not drawing numbers like that to where they're moving Chicago Sky games to the United Center. The United Center hosts 23,000. By the time July comes, all these seats will be sold out. It will be a packed house. Packed house. Arike, hate to tell you, stop talking. The numbers ain't backing up what you're saying. Stop talking. So basically, with that being said, Arike, some teams have good attendance, but the attendance overwhelmingly goes through the roof when Caitlin Clark hits your town. The Dallas Wings play at the College Park Center. They play on a small college campus in Arlington, Texas, probably 10 minutes down the road from the Cowboy Stadium, Jerry World. You can drive through the University of Texas at Arlington campus and not even know you drove through a college. It's that small. It's just that small. And downtown Arlington is very little. And it's basically the college is downtown. There's no skyscrapers, nothing. The biggest building might be 8 stories, and it might be one building. The seating capacity of that stadium is 7,000. As we just saw, they never sold out the game. They never sold out a home game. There was never a max crowd. There was never a high. There was never a high of 7,000. They need Caitlin Clark. They don't want to give her credit because they're negotiating with the league, and they want to make it look like the entire league is a storm of popularity, and every player is on the elite level. That's not the case. The New York Liberty, they can do it in their market. They had Breanna Stewart. Like I said, they had an elite player. I had Breanna Stewart as an elite player who's not elite this year. The Las Vegas Aces have Asia Wilson. Each market has a player that's their draw. But over league wide, there's only one player that brings in those viewership numbers. That's Caitlin Clark. That's how you get 1.3 million viewers for her game and 300,000 for Angel Reese. The slide even showed Chicago averages 8,000, and they give tickets away. They got some of the cheapest tickets in the league. And they don't play in the United Center. This league and these players have to realize you have to bring in revenue. Like the numbers at the Indiana Fever, the average is 17,000 that they average. Every team has to average that. Every team's got to be in the teens. And the viewership numbers have to be up. Because if the viewership's up, the sponsorships are up. And then you bring in the money. That's the only way you're going to become a millionaire and get a millionaire player. Until that happens, those are pipe dreams. So, the bargaining committee, once again, the bargaining committee in the WNBA needs to get a hold of the players and tell them, look, stop trying to win over the court of public opinion. You're going to lose. All this data and statistics are out there. They understand that. They know that. But they're lying to themselves. It's the prime example of delusion running the players. While the league just sits back and just wait and just like, we're going to take all this stuff and we're going to hammer you. We're going to take the unrivaled failure, the injuries that are coming out of unrivaled. We're going to hold that against you. I guarantee you in the next negotiation, if they give them any money, any more money, because the money's going to get dwindled. As long as they keep expanding, that's going to cut into the money. That's why I say this is a gate-kept league. This is a gate-kept league. They really don't. They wouldn't. If it was left up to them, the players wouldn't even want the league to expand. They would rather just get fat cat and get a lot of money and keep some of these younger players out. That's why it's so hard, and that's why it's so imperative for younger players to go in there with a business, no BS attitude, because these women are not coming off those jobs. But this, she didn't do. She didn't do her bargaining. United told her, "Man, would you please be quiet." Multiple millionaires, multiple millionaires. And I told y'all a couple days ago, the majority of the league is studio level players, just regular players. Might got a nice skill set, might be a good defender, might be a shooter. Not somebody you're going to pay top money to go see at all. Top money. And Arike needs to understand that and understand it quick. But I'd love to know your thoughts. Leave your comments below, and until next time, peace.